Did you used to sing in school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
No, I didn't used to sing. Are you serious? You fucking dumbass.
You sound terrible.
Yeah, obviously. Fucking dumb bitch.
Don't talk to me like that.
Did you used to sing?
Nah.
In the fucking...
I used to write poems. I used to rap.
Did you seriously used to rap?
I tried to, and then I heard myself, and I was like, all right, well, that's done.
That's sick.
Can't do that.
I think everyone tries to rap at one point in their life.
Especially in my neighborhood. It's they still try now. A lot of them shouldn't. A lot of them should give that shit up.
Dude, you got any raps in the chamber from back in the day? You bust out?
Not for this podcast.
Why not? What the hell?
They're pretty vulgar. A lot of requests to have my dick sucked. That's my dick sucked.
Let's hear it.
My voice still cracks.
Give a couple bars real quick.
I'm not doing that. Why don't you sing the song you were singing at the last shoebox? Why don't you rap that first?
How could it be homophobic? My bitch is gay. That song's the best, dude.
It started off dumb, and then I went to go bump it after the show, and I was like, that actually...
It's sick.
It goes well.
It does.
I still can't listen to British rap seriously because they just sound so...
21 Savage, dude. I keep bringing it back.
He was raised here. It don't count.
Doesn't matter, dude. That's where he's from. It's like how you claim Jamaicans.
Well, my family's from there. I don't,
Okay, same with 21 Savage.
Well, he was born in Dominica, right?
No, I think he was raised out there till he was like 12 or something.
In England.
I think so.
You got the facts all wrong.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I think you might be.
I think he was born in Dominica, which is like a former British colony or something, and then moved to America when he was a kid. That's what I think happened.
I thought he was...
How would he not have a British accent at all? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but...
London, UK. Where did 21 Savage grow up? Born in Newham, England, and raised on the east side of Atlanta.
Okay, what is it? Skip somewhere in between there. That doesn't...
No, I just said where he was born and where he was raised.
All right, that's two different things.
No, I said both places. I said he was born in England, and that's where he was born.
Right, but he wasn't raised out there.
That's not what you're saying. I
So
said then he came to America.
So you consider Tupac an East Coast rapper?
No. The whole point of what we said is I said you claim Jamaica, and you said, yeah, my family's from there. And I said, yeah, it's the same with 21 Savage.
But he's actually... I'm not born in Jamaica. He was actually born...
Yeah, so he could claim it even more than you.
Okay, but if he reps Atlanta because that's where he was raised. So based on your logic,
No,
Tupac is
the whole reason why he didn't say he was from England is because he didn't want to get deported. That's true. I looked this up.
It's not because he was raised in Atlanta around real ass niggas.
That's probably part of it too, but also he didn't want to get deported.
Okay, I mean,
That's right, you freaking
Theo,
idiot.
is this accurate?
I don't know.
Theo's not fact checking this one.
I looked. Well, at least that's what the internet said when I looked it up the other day.
You believe what you read on the internet? God, what are you, stupid?
Yeah, I believe it more than what I hear from you.
My things are vetted and fact checked.
From the internet.
Don't worry about where I get my research done. I go to the library. I read
You're
books.
a freaking buffoon, dude. You know that?
I'm a baboon. Wow. Damn. Racism. You see that, people?
Took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, dude, how was your trip to freaking Florida? What up, Kobe?
Not fun. I'll say that. No, it was alright. It was cool. It was cool. Just that drive is
It's a long ass drive, dude.
driving there was cool because I had my cousin with me. But then driving back, everyone abandoned me. I was by myself, and that was not fun. Going through the whole South as a black dude with a pretty dog, I was like, I shouldn't be here. I got pulled over in Louisiana on the phone.
It's not safe to drive through the South if you pronounce it South.
That's how they pronounce it. You should have saw some of these people down there. Jesus Christ! And
Do they say South or do they say South? I think that's more. That's how you want to be talking.
I didn't stick around to find. I only stopped in a few places. I'm not a fan of the Deep South.
Yeah,
because I'm a fan
South.
of history and I understand.
You know what happened? Yeah,
but
I saw some pictures. You stopped by. You took some pics. You did some sightseeing.
San Antonio was cool. That was
You
alright.
remember the Alamo?
I tried to. They didn't let dogs inside. So then I don't understand what the Alamo was fully. I gotta do an episode on that because the Americans lost in the Alamo, but they have a whole.
I don't really know what's going on there.
I took a picture of a tree. There was some big ass like cypress tree, and the plaque next to it was like, "This is where a Mexican sniper took out like 15 American soldiers." I was like, "What? Why are y'all celebrating?" It's a very,
Damn, that's sick.
it's cool. I respect that. You know, the headshot, dead shot. I like that.
What was he sniping him with?
A sniper. They had snipers.
They had guns?
They had guns back then, and
Mexicans had guns back then?
you see Mexico today? It started somewhere.
Yeah, I thought they got them more recently.
Nah,
I know they had snipers back then, dude. I thought
they had the best sniper apparently.
That's sick.
The Sandstorm of Death was his nickname. I just made that up, but that could be all right.
That sounded really cool.
Yeah, I'm an innovator on the spot.
I'm gonna do do mine on next. The Sandstorm of Death.
I got pulled over in Louisiana when I was on the phone with you.
DWB.
That was I didn't like that at all. It's just two very white, very southern Louisiana cops.
So what was a DWB?
First thing they asked me is California plates. What are you doing around here? I was like, that's not a reason to pull me over.
Yeah, none of your goddamn business.
It was like 3 a.m. They were confused, and I put on my best white voice, which is my normal voice, and then I talked myself out of it. They were just like,
get a ticket?
Nah, I didn't get nothing. They asked me, they were like, when's the last time you got a ticket? I was like, never. I'm a good driver. And they're like, never. Okay, all right. Well, let's see. And then they
see you could drive with this gun pointed at the back of your head.
They were just they ran my plates, and I gave them my license, and I rented a car or whatever. So they ran the plates, and I gave them the license, gave them the rental agreement, and I got like 8 different fucking names on my license because that's just my family couldn't figure it out.
Like it's a long name?
I got a long ass name.
What's your full name?
I'm not about to. We don't need to get into that, but I got a lot of names. I got like 4 or 5 different names on my shit.
You don't remember how many names you have?
I keep it a mystery for the people. They don't need to look my shit up. But so the cop sees he looks at the rental. I only use one name for the rental agreement.
Yeah.
So he looks at the agreement and he's like, "Who's this?" I was like, "That's me. That's one of my names." I had to like walk him through my license. Like, you see this? I cut that in half. That's Ben, right? All right, now you see this? That's Gordon. All right, there we go. And it was in every step I was like, I'm not reaching for a gun. This is my phone in my pocket. I want you to know that, officer. I have a dog in the car. He's too. I made it very clear. I don't want to get locked up down there.
Yeah, people always say like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm reaching for this is my phone." Don't worry, I'm not reaching for a gun. You should use that if you're reaching for a gun.
I'm not reaching for a gun.
Don't worry, I'm not reaching for a gun.
And then pull out my gun.
If you're gonna reach for a gun, you could lie to them. I don't think that's more of a sentence.
Listeners out there, ones who have guns and plan to have shootouts with the cops, heed this advice.
Lie. Don't be honest. Don't say, "Hey, I'm reaching for my gun. I'm gonna shoot you."
I'll use that. I don't know. We were gonna make that drive at some point. We talked about it. Driving out to.
Now I'm not with you.
Florida. If we can make it longer and extend it.
Apple bottom jeans. Remember Florida?
How could I forget?
He fucking rocked.
He still does. He's a DJ now.
Is he still killing it?
DJing is like the stand-up comedy of the music world. Everybody just does it. Every celebrity just at some point you see them on a fucking turntable jumping up. It doesn't make sense.
Dude, I have a buddy who's a DJ. He rocks DJ Swansea, dude.
DJ, is he good?
Yeah.
I'll probably DJ at some point. Seems like a natural path.
Yeah, we should try and DJ. We should start when we bring our show back. We should DJ instead of doing.
That's actually a lot of pressure.
To DJ.
I fuck up DJing in the car when someone gives me the aux cord.
I don't.
And then you start playing like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, give it a second. Wait for the beat to drop.
I don't, dude. You hook me up, I all of a sudden immediately. How could it be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Immediately on repeat.
I imagine it's that or it's the Jocko Good video. You're just in the passenger seat getting amped up, white knuckles and shit.
Those ones where it's like Jocko but like mixed in with music. You know those like the motivational ones that get you hyped.
Yeah,
those are sick. Some of those.
Is that what you bump on your spare time?
No, dude. I bumped Doja.
Bust.
I bust, dude.
I did bump some Doja on the
Dude,
way
I
back.
listened. I get like recommended so much Doja Cat now.
She's my guilty pleasure of
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, bitches. She got some bars.
Yeah, she does.
I like the way she looks physically. She
Is an attractive woman.
got some curves on her.
Yeah.
And she's been known to drop the N-word a couple times.
Isn't she allowed to?
She's the full package. Yeah, yeah. You know she's Jewish too.
Yeah, she's like you.
Well,
A freak. Hitler's worst nightmare.
did you see that? How she was in that chat room like a couple years back?
No, you mentioned this to me once. I didn't know.
One of the funniest fucking. It's just all like white dudes in this chat room, and it's just her. It doesn't make any sense. And everyone. And
What's the chat? Where was this? It was just like randomly on the internet somewhere.
yeah, 4chan. I don't know. The 4chan doesn't have chat rooms, but it was somewhere in that corner of the internet. And the theory is that she was like coked out or whatever in the video, which makes her even cooler in my mind.
Wait, video?
Yeah, there's a video of the chat.
So it was a video of her and then a chat going on along with it, or what's the video of?
Oh, he has his headphones, and are you dumb? You can't follow this. I'm laying it out for you so clearly.
What's the video of?
Of the chat? You dumb schmuck. Chat room,
Yeah.
right? Live chat. People record that. You never seen?
Oh, okay. It's not like screenshots though. It's video. Well, you said video of her. You made it sound like there's video of her physical body, but it's just a video of the chat room.
It's a video chat, so it's a video of the video chat room. I don't know how you're not getting this. You hear this, right? Am I not making sense?
So you see her face.
This is crazy.
No, you're not explaining if it's a chat as in.
I shouldn't have to explain. You're born in the 90s. This is insane. You get what I'm saying, right, Theo?
No, I see. So it is a video chat.
Yeah, like I said the very first time.
No, you said it was a chat room, which makes it seem like you're just chatting, typing. Okay, video chat. You have to say video.
I have to say video.
Yeah.
I did say video. Run the tape back. First of all.
You didn't.
Oh, God, I can't wait. I'm sure I did.
You might have.
I know I did. This is insane. Anyway, it's her in the video chat room, you fucking idiot. And you ruined it. Now all the flair is gone.
Well, now it's even
Someone
funnier.
dropped the N-word, and that's supposed to be the cusp of the story. You know, all of the hot air is gone.
What happened after he dropped it?
Nothing happens. That's the mic drop.
She just like nice.
I think she like smiled and
I want to
waved,
watch this video chat of her.
and she squirted all over the fucking screen.
Oh,
God.
dude. So
my back hurts. from
your
that
back hurts?
from that drive and from carrying this podcast.
That was
Hey,
me. I
you
thought that
like
was me
that?
carrying podcast joke. Not because you're fucking built like Invader Zim.
Oh,
Look at you.
That's accurate.
Yeah,
That's accurate. I'm starting to get some muscles.
you are slowly but surely.
I'm starting my gear stack soon.
Your gear stack.
That's what it's
If
called.
you call it a gear stack, you shouldn't be doing steroids.
I'm gonna get big and I'm gonna have my heart explode in my mid-30s.
That's how I want to go out, dude. I'm gonna start taking steroids, and I'm gonna just inject it directly into my heart.
You've been on steroids for how long now? 4 years?
5 years.
5 years.
I'm gonna start taking. You can't say that, dude, because I'm so jacked that people are gonna believe you.
If there were steroids for your comedy, would you take it?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, I wouldn't.
You
Dude, you
already
you
said
would.
yeah.
You would.
You already don't put that on me.
You
Don't.
would because you think mushrooms are steroids for your comedy.
I think mushrooms are
The only reason
a
you do
gateway,
mushrooms, you're like, dude, it's gonna make me funnier.
and instead it makes me see skulls.
Yeah, it makes you have a panic attack. God, your dog's a pervert, dude. He's always sucking himself.
Mushrooms make me stand on my balcony, and I'm just like, should I jump?
Have you had that thought on mushrooms?
Every time. I'm just like, I could jump right now.
That's crazy, dude. Don't do mushrooms anymore.
The world will go on, and life will continue, and love will exist.
Don't do that, dude. You're not allowed to do mushrooms anymore.
I'm gonna do them tonight.
God.
That's not true. I have a softball game tonight, man. How far along are we into this? I'm like, we haven't touched the topic.
Yeah, let's 15 minutes. All right, that's a good. Yeah, let's get into the topic now. What did your dumbass learn this week?
It's a good conspiracy.
Ooh, okay, conspiracy. 9/11.
It is 9/11. No,
Oh,
it's
fuck.
not a conspiracy.
Sandy Hook.
That's not a conspiracy either.
Whoops.
You should know that.
It's not a conspiracy. They are crisis actors.
That joke is so funny.
Oh.
I told you I knew in my high school.
You knew a crisis actor.
In my I knew a crisis actor in my high school. I went to two different high schools. And in my second high school, this girl who went there like the day after the shooting, she came to class and she was like all crying and everything, and she was like, yeah, one of the kids who was killed in the shooting, I used to I'm his babysitter
In
like,
Sandy Hook?
Yeah, because
was that when you were in high school? When we were in high school?
I did an extra year in high school because my school story is wild. It wasn't good. I did a bunch of I didn't graduate till I was like 30.
Yeah.
It's all over the fucking
8
place.
years ago.
Yeah, it's all over the fucking place. But
How old were you when you graduated?
high school,
Yeah.
I think I was 19 or 20, something like that. I was 19.
All right, that's not too bad.
It was bad.
It's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
It could be worse though.
It not in the moment. Trust me. It didn't feel much worse than that. Yeah, Sandy Hook happened when I was at that school. Yeah, I'm from CT. Although Newtown is like I don't know, like an hour and I don't know. It's somewhere in the boonies of. It's a very like in the country type of city or town. I'm not from that kind of part of. But anyway, yeah, that was so. It's not fake. It's real. Those kids actually died, and Alex Jones needs to pay money,
A lot of money.
to make up. For that.
Dude, it must suck being 19 years old, like graduating at 19. That means your whole senior year, you're a pedophile if you hook up with any girls.
Oh, that was the least of my.
The least you worries.
That was. I wish that was a problem I had to deal with in at high school. Oh man, we don't gotta get into this. That was a rough time in my life. Talk about jumping off the ledge.
That was the time, dude.
I would have did a swanton bomb off that shit. the fucking the Hardy Boys, whatever, fucking fly off. Yeah, nah, that was wasn't fun. I wish I was more assertive back then.
In high school?
Would have been nice. It was tough. At that second high school, I was the only black guy, so it was.
That was a Jewish high school?
Yeah, that Jewish high school. I was the only black dude. I was the only kid who seemed to have seen any type of real life circumstance. It was a very weird. It was like living in a TV show. It was very weird.
Hell yeah.
It's fun. All right, let's get back to the fucking history of the
We
podcast.
gotta dive into that another time. Your high school life.
All right, yeah, that could be an episode. Just the conspiracy of how I didn't fucking murder anybody. Have you ever heard of Jonestown?
Yes.
Okay.
Jonestown Massacre.
What do you know about it?
Mostly the name. Was that the cult?
Yeah, there was a cult involved.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Was that the
You tapping out?
Kool-Aid one?
Yeah, the Kool-Aid one.
Okay.
All right, well then that's it. Fuck it. No reason to do the episode. That's all you guys. Just the Kool-Aid and the
Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid. It killed the people. It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was poison.
Oh, they knew that too.
Yeah.
Well,
But they were gonna.
or
Like, what?
there are rumors about that. Whether or not
They
knew
thought they
that.
were gonna like drinking that was gonna take them on the spaceship or something.
That's a
they were
different group.
Well, they were gonna.
They thought they were gonna
something with gods. They were gonna be elevated to or go to heaven or something.
You'd be surprised. Actually, it was more so just avoiding the U.S. government.
Oh, they.
And
I thought for them. I thought he told them like, "Yo, you drink this, we're gonna all go to heaven."
This story, all right. Yeah, this
I
story,
don't know why dude. I don't know why you're fucking quizzing me. You're supposed to teach me.
I'm trying to get a base of what you
The
understand.
baseline. Colt.
Oh, that center camera's done? There should be another battery in that black thing. In that
We good to
Negro thing.
keep going.
Yeah, we can, whatever. Who cares?
Colt. Kool-Aid. Poison. Government. That's all I got.
That's the big four.
Massacre.
Big five. That's all we. All right. Let's start it off. So, Jim Jones was born in 1931 in Crete, Indiana. Or Crete. I don't know how you pronounce it. Doesn't matter. One of those flyover cities or whatever.
Jim Jones. Is that also the name of a rapper?
Yeah. Ballin'. You remember that?
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
We fly. You know who it is. Ballin'. All right. Those are the bars I needed to drop for this episode. That shit was a hit when it came
That
out.
rocked.
You young kids might not remember those days, but Everyone was doing that shit.
I remember that, dude. That's the same Jim Jones as this.
That was also the same Jim Jones that smacked a couple niggas. That Jim Jones is also pretty wild. We can get into him on another episode of this. You good?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Look like you're spacing off. Look like you're... All right.
Is Jim Jones the one who kissed his mom? Made out with his mom? Is that someone else?
Jim Jones, the rapper?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Something came out recently where some rapper was... they were talking about how they learned how to kiss as a kid. And like, yeah, my mom taught me. They're like, oh, what did she say to teach you? He's like, nothing. She showed me how to make out. Like, gave me hands-on lessons. I think it was on like The Breakfast Club or something. You don't remember this?
I don't watch you guys just watch every episode of The Breakfast Club? No.
No, it was like a popular thing. It was like clips all over the place.
I'm not.
It might not have been Jim Jones.
I'm not in the algorithm.
It might not have been Jim Jones.
I'm an individual. You can't catch me with those kind of videos. I'm watching other stuff. I'm watching intellectual stuff.
Like what?
Like Leon Edwards knocking out Kamara Usman.
Hell yeah.
That's
that was sick.
That's the kind of shit I'm into. I'm trying to. All right. Let me I didn't want to look at my notes. I was reading some of the comments on some of the clips, and one of them was like, "You guys aren't slick. I see you looking at your phone for this information." And for some reason that made me self-conscious, even though we never claimed to memorize.
Yeah. Hey, dumbass. It's called fucking fact checking. So I would have it fucking memorized. You dumb idiot. I had to fucking sock you in your fucking neck. Who did it? Who said that to you, dude?
Oh, I'm not gonna not to you. I'm not gonna expose him, Mister. Look him up and find the dad's address.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I do that. That's what happens on my other podcast. When people would comment shit, I would get mad, and then I would find their. I would look them up, and I would find their family's address, and then I'd always want to just send them that address and nothing else. But I'm always like, I can't do that. I get in trouble, I think. So go ahead.
Right.
Back to Jim Jones, dude.
Well, you know about Jonestown. I guess I should lay out what it was. I guess in general. So Jonestown was a mass suicide event on November 18th, 1978, led by Jim Jones, down in Guyana. I know you pronounce it. How you pronounce it, Theo?
I think it's Guyana.
Guyana. I don't know. One of those three. Figure it out. You get back to us. About 900 people died, like 920, something like that.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, 300 kids died.
Holy shit. I thought it was like 30 people.
This is a mass suicide event, baby. That's not how it goes down.
30 is a pretty mass suicide, dude.
30 that's chump change compared to these numbers.
Back then, though, 1978, that's a good amount of suicide. 900?
That's like 50 years. What do you mean back then?
It's a long time ago.
1978?
Yeah. That's a mass suicide. Like 30 people. That's even today. 30 is a mass suicide, I think.
Guyana. I was
That's a
right.
place? Now Guyana's a place?
Yeah.
Where's that?
It's in South America, or it's like on the edge of South America.
Gotcha.
You gotta know your geography, you dumb fuck.
I don't. You couldn't even pronounce it, so shut the
I
fuck
pronounced
up.
it right the first time. There's multiple interpretations of it.
Whatever, dumbass.
You stupid cuck. All right. Well, anyway, back to Jim Jones. Born in Crete, Indiana, 1931. When he was in his 20s, he became a preacher, and he was heavy into Pentecostalism. I can't pronounce that.
Pentecostalism.
There we go.
And I believe that's the one with like the speaking in tongues and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. They get very into the spiritual and
the Holy Spirit takes you over, and you're like,
yeah. It's a lot of things. Yeah.
He starts speaking in that fucking Harry Potter snake language. Talking to snakes, dude.
Starts sounding like you're giving a blowjob or something. That's funny as fuck. So he started his ministry in his 20s, and in 1955 he caught the eye of these two guys, William Branham and Joseph Bays. They were two notable ministers at the time, also Pentecostal ministers they just had huge followings. So when they tapped them and they were like, "Yo, this guy is a good preacher," they legitimized him.
They took him on the road.
Yeah,
It's like stand-up comedy. They're like, "Yo, dude, you want to come open for us?"
You got some stuff, yeah. Brought him out and they showed him how to do it.
You want to come over for us at Wise Guys?
And the main dude he followed was this guy. So in 1956, he starts following this dude, Father Divine. in the peace mission movement. And Father Divine, I looked him up real fast. Whatever. He was a black minister.
Dude, I was gonna say, is this a black minister? Because you need a. I wish I would have fucking said that, dude. Because you need a stage name if you're a black minister.
Yeah.
You're Father Divine.
Which is a fire.
Yeah.
Fucking name.
You're the funny guy.
I might take that.
Father Divine.
And just start calling myself that now for comedy shows. Up next,
The funny guy, Father Divine.
that works. The rolls off the tongue.
God. Father, yeah, that's so funny. Why do you guys do that? Why do you guys always have stage names?
Why do you guys always have stage names? Damn.
You are all about the presentation.
I mean, you gotta have some flair, right?
True. You guys want to be rappers secretly.
It was a hard day when I had to realize that I'm not getting a record deal. That was and it was a recent. There's still days I wake up and I'm like I can make it happen.
You should start going up doing comedy as Lil Ben. Lil Ben, the funny guy.
Lil Ben, the East Side boy. Nah, that wouldn't. I did see somebody do that when I first started doing comedy. There was like an older dude who would get on stage and like rap out his like punchlines. But he was like 50. He was like 50 something, and he was horrible. God, what was his fucking name? I guess I shouldn't say it anyway. But yeah, all right. Anyway, Father Divine, go back to him. His big thing was his congregation was all black for the most part. It just preached black excellence, preached black owned businesses, that kind of thing. He was Hotep, one of them dudes. He was believed to be a cult leader at the time, and he considered himself to be God.
Nice.
To his congregation. That's how he sold himself. If you followed his word, you were literally following the word of God. So this is just setting the framework for Jim Jones and the kind of people he was following, which is radical Pentecostal dudes who get overtaken by the Spirit, and then niggas who call themselves God. This is building his brand, whatever.
Yeah.
So in 1954, he starts his own church, and he calls it the People's Temple. It started off as the Wings of Deliverance, but that name wasn't working for him, so they changed it to the People's Temple. And they were all about like socialist ideas at first. It was about sharing and being woke, and they were heavy on racial equality, heavy on treating like fellow man equally and all that crap. So they claimed. Actual practices didn't really work out that way, but this is the message they were going with. It. They were all about peace and love. It's the 50s at this point, so it's the birthplace to the hippies. So they're on the cusp of that.
All right, sorry. So Father Divine, and then you said there were two guys, right? That were like, "Yo, Jim, you got what it takes."
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
Joseph Bose and William Branham. These are just they're not important figures.
Okay, never mind.
They're just a couple dudes who gave him the green light. This is how you got to start.
They just endorsed him.
Right, yeah, and that's how you got his following. So starts his church, and they open up a soup kitchen to donate to charity. The whole idea was that they combined Christianity with, I said sociology, socialist. I misspoke. It was communist ideology, which is that's not uncommon for like black folk or whatever to be communists especially back in the day. Martin Luther King was a communist. You know.
Really?
Yeah. You know that?
No, I didn't.
You never heard about how? You ever heard of Paul Robeson?
No.
He was a football player who then became like a actor and a Broadway singer and all that. He was like a Renaissance man back in like the 30s or the 40s, whatever. And he got like blackballed by America. He's a giant black dude, and he got blackballed by America when he came out and he said he was a communist. And a lot of black people became communists because they were like, yeah, there's no racial divide in communism. Everyone is just on the same level. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latino, everyone gets $5 or whatever the fuck they get. So communism in theory is like the ultimate equality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So that's obviously I'm not
China communist?
Yeah.
They're a little racist, right?
Only if you're a Uyghur. That's not funny. Our thoughts and prayers to the Uyghurs.
Thoughts and prayers.
That's all you have to do is thoughts and prayers. That's enough.
Yeah, that's all you need, dude.
Just thoughts and prayers.
Toss
And
him some thoughts and prayers.
I thought about them. I prayed at some point. So he went down to Cuba with his church and everything. He tried to recruit like black Cubans to his cause and everything. They weren't feeling it, but he would go to the poorest areas of of just like poverty-stricken places and just try to recruit the black folk from those areas to join his cause and to join his group. He claimed to have had at this time. They claimed to have had 20,000 members in their church.
Wow.
In reality, they had closer to like 5,000, 3,000 to 5,000. That's what the numbers actually break it down to. But
That's Father Divine or Jim Jones?
Jim Jones, Father Divine is out of the story already. Fuck him, he's dead to us. He was again just one of those guys who gave a green light.
Gotcha.
And also he Father Divine. I was just bringing him up to paint the picture of the kind of people Jim Jones was following.
I got you.
Because Father
Cult
Divine,
leaders.
cult leader, considered himself to be God, not a God, like God, the top dog in the whatever. So as the church grows and everything, Jones starts to change up. He starts to claim he has like clairvoyant powers and everything. Starts to claim that he could speak directly to God, and he could translate things other people can't translate. And he starts like in his sermons he's like very aggressive with the way he preaches, and he always denounces white Jesus. He's like this God that they're painting for you is not a real God. Jesus is a capitalist. He's not for the people. Jesus didn't pay his taxes. His sermons aren't about being righteous. They're more about like government in politics and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting.
It's not and he required members of the church to spend less, like, so for Christmas and Thanksgiving they had to spend that with the church instead. They weren't allowed to spend it with their families. He started testing people's boundaries and seeing how loyal people would be to the cause and everything like that. He started saying that Jesus in the Bible is he wasn't actually divine. He wasn't actually the son of God. Like, he starts preaching that the Bible was.
He wasn't Father Divine. He wasn't divine, but Father Divine was God. How about that? Mind is blown.
Was that a pun?
Yeah.
I don't know what puns are.
I don't know. I tried to do a little wordplay. First of all, I fucked up the initial line. I was supposed to say God wasn't divine, but Father Divine was God. How about that? You didn't think about it that way, did you?
Now do it in a pun.
No.
I can't do puns. Is one of those things that when I hear other comics do it, I'm like, God damn it.
It's tough. I don't like them.
Not that smart. Anyway, so he starts saying that Jesus is not divine, and he's like the Jesus they're talking about in the Bible is me. They're describing like I'm divine. I'm the one who is the Son of God. I'm the one who is all powerful. I can turn like he starts claiming himself to be God.
Nice.
Which is just I guess it's the move to make. He goes down to Brazil, and he buys a plot of land in Brazil that was deemed to be it's this place in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. It's just this little area in Brazil. And because he starts having like visions of nuclear attacks, he starts having like demented visions and paranoid like dreams where he thinks there's gonna be a nuclear attack on Indianapolis of all fucking places, and
Indianapolis,
like the terrorists give a fuck about that place.
Yeah,
the cults are terror. So
there might have been a nuclear attack in Indianapolis and just no one knows about it. That's how little we care about Indianapolis.
Fact, and that would explain why it is what it is today. Just a nothing place.
That's why Peyton Manning's head's like that. Radiation.
That's why their O-line can't fucking block. No, but he said it was gonna be a nuclear attack and it was gonna blow up Indianapolis and Chicago. And in case of this attack, this place in Brazil was like the safest place to be. So he bought a place down there with the temple's money, and the plan was to move down there. He went down there and tried to recruit some of the local Brazilians to like join the cause, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here with this. We are not." They're hardcore Catholics down there.
Yeah, good, as they should be.
So they pretty much ran him out of town. After things start to deteriorate in Indianapolis and he wants to just grow out and get bigger. So he moves the temple out to San Francisco, moves the headquarters out to San Francisco, moves the whole church out to California. And then they start setting up places in, I think it was L.A., Bakersfield, Sacramento.
Bakersfield.
Yeah, they're just going all over the fucking place, but they're all over Cali. And he creates this type of socialism, apostolic socialism. Apostolic, I can't pronounce it. Apostolic, one of those two. But socialism. And it was essentially the idea that just denouncing the Bible and denouncing the racial components of the Bible and replacing it with just his own personal beliefs. So he started to refer to Christianity as like as a cult itself. He was like, it's a nonsense religion. He was like, the God that they're talking about in Christianity is some made up sky god. And he started saying stuff like, they're talking about me, like I'm the God that they mean, and they're disrespecting me with these poor images of me. But he and people are just eating this shit up. His church is growing.
How are people eating this up, dude? It doesn't. How do people fall for cults? It doesn't make sense to me. How are you that dumb?
I mean, it's the same people who, I don't know, watch the Kardashians. It's just empty-minded people who just.
Kim could probably start a cult.
I think they did.
My girlfriend might join that cult.
Kanye fans are a cult. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're cults today. If you ever talk to a LeBron fan, them niggas are cults.
That's true.
Cult addicts or whatever.
Trump might have a cult.
Oh, that's a good. Or Andrew Tate. He has a.
Andrew Tate's got a cult. That's true.
He just has a following. That's all he has. He has a.
Andrew Tate.
He has a strong fan base.
Hustlers University might be a cult.
Hustlers, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's just people who come through. I might join that cult, dude.
He got banned off of Twitter or whatever.
Instagram and Facebook, I think.
Everything.
He's cut off, dude. What the hell?
It's bullshit.
Poor Andrew Tate, dude.
First Kevin Samuel, now they're silencing our kings.
It's always the good ones, dude.
You could try one of those other batteries next to you, Theodore. So he starts. This is one of the quotes he dropped that I liked. What you need to believe is what you need to believe in is what you can see. If you see me as your friend, I'll be your friend. If you see me as your father, I'll be your father. For those that don't have a father, if you see me as your savior, I'll be your savior. If you see me as your God, I'll be your God.
That's sick.
He had a bunch of quotes throughout this research where I was like, this guy is he could have been a rapper.
That kind of rocks, yeah. Kick me, Kobe? You get kicked right in the ribs, dude. The hell?
And he would King.
Why does he keep kicking me, dude?
Good boy.
Yeah, what up, dog?
He's gonna bite you.
I'd like to see him try.
I've been training him to attack people on cue. He called you're a Bible guy, right?
Yeah.
You know King James?
Yeah.
He called King James a slave owner and a capitalist. He called him fat.
What? He's not fat?
I'm just repeating what I was.
Wait, he actually called him fat too?
He might have called him fat.
Slave owner capitalist? I mean, yeah. Yeah. Come on, no one's perfect. Remove the plank from your own eye.
Oh, and then he would also baptize people in his church in the name of socialism. He was, he's making some edits.
This is Bernie Sanders.
He's making some tweaks to he's having some freedoms. I doubt he learned this at fucking ministry school. Anyway, so church is growing, and they have a lot of influence. By the 70s, they have congregations in all those cities. I think before Bakersfield and Sacramento, all that crap. And they were known to they had like political like influence. They were involved like in the mayoral race in San Francisco. They helped get Harvey Milk elected as mayor because they were campaigning on his behalf. They went down to Cuba and they met. Jim Jones met with Fidel Castro, and he to talk about like the Cuban Missile, the Cuban Revolution at the time. And Jimmy Carter, who was president of the United States, had him and his wife had both reached out to Jim Jones numerous times to talk about Cuba and ask him for his advice on how to deal with the uprising and all that crap. Like they just had pull.
Jimmy Carter did?
Yeah, President. There were recorded phone calls of his wife, the first lady, on the phone with Jim Jones saying, thank you for all the help you've given us, and consulting us on how to, move forward with Cuba and other just.
Why are they going to this guy? How did they end up going to this guy?
Because he at this point because he has popularity, he has the image painted of just like being like he's like Gandhi kind of. People just think he's like the ultimate like socialist, the ultimate freedom fighter kind of dude. Because that's the image. He goes to he has all the soup kitchens and all that crap. So the image he's painted is people just think he's like, if there's uprising or uproar, this guy could be peaceful about it and help you whatever mend the wounds. In reality, he was just trying to,
trying to be slick.
Find some black folk to build up his church. Walter Mondale, this was a quote I liked. Walter Mondale was the vice president for Jimmy Carter. He said, quote, what did he say? Knowing the congregation's deep involvement in the major social and constitutional issues of our country is a great inspiration to me. And he said to Jones, your humanitarian principles and your interest in protecting individual liberty and freedom have made an outstanding contribution to furthering the cause of human dignity. So he was being highly praised.
These guys are fucking idiots.
He's the ultimate con man. And meanwhile, in his church, so in the 70s, this made me laugh. I thought this was funny. So when they moved to San Francisco, he starts changing his sermon completely. He tells his congregation he's an atheist. He's like, yeah, there is no God.
He's not God anymore.
He's not. He goes from less of calling himself God to now he's like trying to destroy God in a sense. He has his Bible. And he like slams it on the ground. He's like, I got to destroy this piece of shit. Like he's ain't. And he changed. So his church, instead of becoming like all lovey dovey, they become more focused on like physical discipline. And they just like. Physical discipline is the ultimate thing, and it's heavy in kids. I thought it was hilarious. So kids started getting like punished publicly. They would beat the kids in front of the rest of the congregation, or they would have the kids get into boxing matches
with each other,
with the adults. So it'd be 2 versus 1.
That's sick.
If the kid was bad enough, it'd be 2 versus 1 for the adults, or they'd have them fight 2v1 versus the kids.
Wait, 2 adults versus 1 kid?
Versus 1 kid, and then in a turn of events with a crazy twist, he started having the adults fight as well. So the adult, like it'd be 2 adults versus like if one of the people, if someone our age messed up, he'd throw them in a ring with 2 grown adults and have them fight 1 versus 2 or whatever.
Damn, I wonder how many adults won the 1v2. That's
what I was like, if you're a kid at some point you gotta be like, I don't know, I'm. If you win those fights, are you just right at that point?
Dude, yeah, 2 kids versus 1 adult.
That shit is. That
would be so, dude. Because especially a lot of these adults, you gotta imagine they're just retarded guys. I feel like I could take them. A guy that would fall for this, I feel like I could whoop his ass.
This is the 70s. I don't think anyone's hitting the gym like that. They're smoking packs a day. I just the image or just the thought.
If you have enough time to join a cult. You're gonna get your ass whooped.
Yeah,
I think so.
I can't think.
Have you ever seen a jacked bro in the cult? No, because they're too busy worried about getting jacked.
Tom Cruise is in pretty good shape.
Oh, he's in fucking Scientology, huh? But Scientology's kind of tight. I think part of their thing is like, yo, you got to be a movie star. You got to be kind of jacked. But still, whoop Tom Cruise's ass.
It is weird that they have a bunch of
4'3",
bunch of celebrities in their gang. That's a cult, right?
That is a cult. That's like a weirdly accepted cult.
I don't know if it's accepted, but
they're fucking all over the place.
Well, that's not accepted. They're just there.
Accepted enough to make.
We should go. We should go get our thetans read.
Me and Hugo, when we first came out here, we were like, dude, I think they have free acting classes. We should try it out. We should try out Scientology.
The church has acting classes?
That's what he said.
I'm down.
Should we go check it out?
I want to get my thetans read. I want to see what they say. Part of me thinks I could be like Stan Marsh in South Park, where they're like, "Holy shit, get in here!" And there's always been a slight part of me that's like, I want them to change the machine because my numbers were too crazy. And then they come back 10 minutes later, like, "Yeah, it doesn't make sense. He has to be Elron."
That would be sick. You should try it.
If they came to you and said that, would you accept it? It's like your thetan levels are exactly like L. Ron Hubbard's. You're a guy. Would you leave your church and leave? No?
No.
You're crazy.
Would you?
Hell yeah.
Dude, they'd find you out so quick.
What do you mean they told me I was the guy?
Yeah, but then they'd be like, "Oh, that must have been a mistake. Look at this guy. Look at this idiot."
If they've run 5 different machines or whatever, that those numbers are accurate. I'm just that good, baby.
Damn, dude. I think it would be sick to just see how far you could move up before they find out that you're not actually into it. I feel like they have a pretty tough vetting process.
I mean, if they told me I was the leader of the thing, I'd get into it. I would take it serious. You know, you gotta have pride in what you do. So
you know what? I am God, dude. Hell yeah. Actually, I am Elron. We're the aliens.
If they came to you like, "Oh, the church wants to know your thoughts on how we should," I don't know.
You know what? This is what I would do. If they came to me, I'd be all right, cool. I'm in charge of Scientology now, and I would just make it Christianity.
Yeah, just make them. All right, guys. Now accept Jesus Christ into your hearts.
Plot twist, dude. Dude, that would be sick. Sabotaging Scientology for Jesus.
I can't get into that one.
Hell yeah.
That's not.
You can do it for your fucking Jew God.
My Jew God.
Oh, you're for Yahweh.
You know Jesus was Jewish, right? You know Jesus was.
Yeah, that was before you could be Christian though, because he was there. He wasn't God yet. It was after he died. They're like, "Oh, okay, now let's be Christian."
That's kind of a cult. They named it after him. That's that's pretty. There's no guy named John Jewish or something. You know, it's not.
I'm sure there is.
That's not what it's based on.
Maybe.
Your thing is based on a. All right, this is gonna get.
It's based on Christ.
Man, didn't he say don't? All right, let's get back to. All right, so this is the 70s. This is all going down. That they're in out in California, right? 1974, they buy a plot of land in a little country called Guyana. They buy a little plot of land in a country called Guyana. And it's supposed to be just a...
So this is how you remember how to say Guyana. Say, who do I like to have sex with again? Oh, yeah, guys. Guyana. That's a little hack for you. For me, I can't do that hack because I'd be like, hot chick Anna? I don't know. It wouldn't work for me.
That's
but
actually...
For you, that's a good trick.
In Jamaica, a lot of Jamaicans, they call it Guyana. Because that's a thing in Jamaican culture is they won't, like Manhattan, they call it Galhattan. Like they won't say the man part of the word. That's how deep rooted homophobia is in Jamaica.
I might be Jamaican.
Oh, so
not actually, guys. Don't worry.
No, he actually is. I've seen him beat the shit out of gay people.
That was for a different reason. It wasn't because they were gay. It's because they were black. Clip it.
All right, so 1974, they buy a plot of land in Guyana, and it's called the People's Temple Agricultural Project. And it's supposed to be just like a place where they grow crops and they're off the grid, kind of get away from the government. It's designed for like 100 people to be there. That's the scope of it. It's supposed to be a paradise. Get away from fascism, get away from imperialism, all that crap. And those who went there were promised paradise on earth, peace on earth, all that crap. Back in the States, Jones... Like the temple started coming under some scrutiny because they were making a lot of money hand over fist, but because they were a church, they didn't have to pay any taxes or anything. Yeah. But then they also had a lot of political influence, and they were helping people get elected to to mayor positions and all this crap, and they were trying to help governors get elected. So like the government started, the FBI or whatever started looking at them to be like, hey, is this more than a church or whatever? Because you guys are at this point you're avoiding taxes. You should be paying taxes if you're not a true church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jim Jones being just paranoid the way he was like, all right, that means that they're coming after us. They're gonna try to take us. They're gonna. So he bought this plot of land in Guyana really for that reason. But he shaped it as he made it seem like he was buying it so as a nice getaway. But really, he bought it so he could get off the map himself.
The ultimate getaway.
Yeah. And then this in the U.S., the church, the temple itself, just started falling apart a little bit. People started defecting from the group. You okay?
I tried to fart. It was quiet.
Disgusting. That still is the best bit you've done.
It is.
Just fart to
Sorry,
the mic.
back to your story.
So people started defecting because Jones was getting so aggressive with his sermons, and less about God and more about how he was the fucking man. And he was known, like they would, if you defected from the group, they would like chase you down and find you. And in some cases they would kill you. There was a couple. Joyce.
This is going on in the U.S.
This is in the U.S. This is in San Francisco and L.A. and all this. There was a couple. Joyce Shaw and Bob Houston. They were a married couple. And there was a phone call of them discussing how they were going to defect from the group. And they agreed to it, whatever. And then a couple of days later, like 5 days later, they were both found dead on these train tracks. And like Bob was like fucked up. He was like missing like an arm or something like that. Like they were both like they got the shit beat out of them before they were killed.
Jesus.
And in 1973, there was this thing called the Gang of Eight. So it was 8 members of his group broke out and they like stole a truck with they were gonna smuggle a bunch of guns into Canada to get away from him and like start their life in Canada and like start their new lives. They were gonna smuggle a bunch of guns into Canada, make money off of that, and then just be away from him. They were too afraid of getting like getting arrested on the Canadian border for having guns. So instead they went to Montana and they just wrote a letter to Jim Jones and they're like, "You're mean. We don't want to be with you anymore. You're
sick of you." Yeah,
and they exposed a bunch of stuff about how he was just how he was losing his mind and how he was and they exposed how when the FBI first came and like to talk to the temple, Jones was like, we should kill ourselves, like we should, like they're trying to take us out, we should just kill ourselves to save them.
Just immediately he's like, all right, that's it, dude, time to kill myself.
Which is why they left. They were like, holy shit, this guy wants to he wants us to kill ourselves, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So that was the reason for taking off. Jones found them and followed them, but he couldn't. By the time he got to them, they were like had he killed them, it would have been too obvious, so he couldn't touch them. But he made it clear to the rest of his congregation. He was like, yeah, if any of us try to leave, I will kill you. Like I will find you, because that is the word of God. He starts bringing God back into it now. And he's like, God is real. Actually, I was testing you to see.
Just kidding. I actually am God again.
Yeah, and don't piss me off. So at this time, because people are defecting and because the government is starting to get on their backs, Jones is like, all right, let's get out of here. It's time to go to Guyana. So he asked people in his congregation, whoever wants to come with them, let's go down there. We're gonna get away from all this stuff. We're gonna have peace on earth, and we're gonna live our lives on a commune, and things will be perfect or whatever. Like I said before, it was designed for 100 people to be there.
Yeah.
He has like 900 people coming with him. So it's overcrowded. It's there's not enough food for everybody because the world wasn't designed for that. There's no sanitation or anything, so people are just shitting all over the fucking place. It's a bunch of kids and everything. Before he got down there, it was like 50 people living on the commune, and they were planting crops. They were having like night classes for like with like the local communities. They would rent movies from Georgetown, which is like the major city in Guyana. They would like import movies, whatever, and like have like movie nights, whatever. After he got down there, instead of working the crops, they had to work 12 hours a day in the field.
Holy shit!
Starts working them to the bone. The only movies they're allowed to watch are Soviet propaganda films. and then he starts a radio station in the he starts sets up a system of speakers and everything. And at first he's only reading the Moscow Daily News and the Havana Daily News, just communist news. And he's reading, so the people, they're hearing constant news reports about how America is evil and how they're doing all this treacherous shit in these different places, whatever. So he's building up this anger towards America. Eventually, he just stops reading the news and he starts writing it himself. And so he's self-reporting the news essentially.
Nice.
And he's just making shit up. And it's being played on a 24-hour loop. So it's just nonstop.
It sounds like a nightmare.
It's just a madman screaming at you for all day long while it's piles of shit and people starving and people being sick all around you.
I don't get how you don't just leave.
Well, he plays. They set it up in the middle of the jungle, kind of. They were in the middle of the jungle, and you took a bunch of people from San Francisco or Indiana or whatever, and you dropped them in the jungle of some tropical country.
Yeah,
they're not gonna know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And they were in such a remote part that even like the locals in Guyana were like, yeah, we're not going in there. We don't know where they're at. Like it's thick, deep forest. I don't know what kind of animals they got down there, but something could jack you up. And also, they also didn't leave because it was just built as this is a family. This is a commune, whatever it is. You're not gonna to leave is like you're a traitor at that point. Plus, he was murking people. That was another thing.
Yeah, that does. Who's listening to him though? Who's like, all right, Jim, we'll go kill some people for you. It's like
his followers. You ever watch that yoga documentary on Netflix?
Bikram?
Yeah.
No. Did you know? Fun fact: I haven't watched that. He might be someone I dive into, because my girlfriend's. He used to be friends with like my girlfriend's family.
Oh, your girl comes from money?
I don't know how.
He's like a big deal.
They
out there.
know everyone in India, dude. I don't know how.
I used to work for a lady. I was her writer's assistant, and when that documentary came out, she was like, I was gonna do the accent. I'm happy I didn't. I caught myself. That could have been a cancel-worthy moment, but she was very upset. She was like, no, this is not good because I'm just saying what she said. She said, no, this is not good. It's very bad. You can imagine how she said this, and then but it's because he is like her uncle, or like
it is not good.
I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
I can't do it. I like to say.
Do you have a pass? Because your girlfriend.
Yeah, my girlfriend's Indian, so I could say it. I think.
Did she give you a pass?
What?
Did she give you a pass?
Nah. I took it. I stole hers, dude. She was using hers. I took it. But yeah, they were. I think they asked my girlfriend's dad to be in the documentary.
Oh wow, they're close like
no.
that.
Yeah, I guess he used to be at the house when she was little.
My mom used to do
stop by.
Bikram yoga. My mom was she used to go to this little it was like a little basement type room. It was hot as shit inside there, and it was a bunch of other white ladies and
yeah, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, they just do Bikram yoga for an hour. Come out drenched in sweat, talking about how their auras are all opened up and unlocked. God, I hate white women so much.
It's so dumb. Yeah, when I was in high school, it's when they got popular. When you were in probably your third freshman year. That's when it was really picking up.
Yeah, I think, you're older than me, but we graduated probably, well, that doesn't make sense what I was going to say. Never mind what I was going to say. What year are you,
2012.
Oh, that was supposed to be my year.
High school.
I graduated 2016.
From what year did you actually graduate from high school?
Technically, I didn't graduate, but 2013.
What do you mean you didn't graduate?
I didn't walk. I think I got a diploma. I think. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I had to.
So you graduated?
I must have.
So you did graduate?
I didn't go to my ceremony.
Yeah, I didn't go to my college ceremony.
Well, didn't you go to a Christian college?
Lutheran.
So did it baptize you guys? Is that how that works?
I don't know. I didn't go.
Everyone they get baptized.
I had shit to do, dude.
Like what? Go work out?
Yeah.
Gay. Okay, where'd I leave off?
Bikram.
That's not where I left off.
Like 900 people there. There's made for 100 people. It's
Oh, the
getting
ramblings.
crowded.
It was nonstop ramblings of his craziness.
Yeah.
Of whatever. So he started this thing called White Nights, which were practice scenarios where he would line everybody up and be like, yeah, the government is here, the CIA is here, the FBI is here. Take these cups and drink it. And he would have like actual Kool-Aid in the cups and be like, this is poison. Drink the poison. And he would line up all whatever. They'd all drink the poison. And then they would wait. He would be like, yeah, this is gonna kill you. Like, it'll take 45 minutes and we're all gonna die. And then they would wait 45 minutes and then he'd be like, all right, that was just a test. So in the real scenario, we'd be dead right now. But good job, everybody. Like he would, but he did this like 5 or 6 times. He would just randomly oh, they're here. We have to kill ourselves right now. But he
Shit.
constantly would test them, and he would give them, just take this pill or take whatever, and just see who was about it.
So then by like the 6th time, they're like, we're not gonna die.
That was part of it.
Then like 40 minutes, they're like, oh, my tummy hurts.
When it actually went down, there's a big theory that a lot of people didn't think it was real because some of the survivors, because there were some survivors, they came out and they were like, yeah.
Did they like not drink it at all, or they just it didn't take enough?
Some of them, yeah, it was diluted by the time they got to it. They were at the end of the pack, whatever. So it messed them up, but it didn't kill them. But they had said, yeah, we thought it was just another test, and then turns out it was not. It was God's test, actually.
Dude, I would like to hear some interviews from these people.
I heard a couple of them. I mean, they're back in the 70s, so they all sound kind of wonky.
Are they as dumb as they sound?
A little bit. I forgot to mention. So he started implementing just like crazy. So he had the radio tower going 24/7 or whatever, and people who people who did try to defect, because you mentioned that why didn't they try to leave? People who did try to leave, he would just punish them. So he had like these like torture boxes where he would take you and put you in a box and then leave you in the hot sun and it's a hot ass country. So you would just cook inside that thing, but you wouldn't die. You would just whatever. Or
that sucks.
He would take you and hang you upside down, like from your feet over a well, and you would hang there for like a full 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. He would just find different ways to torture people.
Jesus Christ.
But I just thought that was funny to me to get to try to escape, get captured, and you just hanging upside, like you just looking at some like, how do I get out of this one?
That's like that sounds like something out of like a movie with like a supervillain, and there's like a crocodiles or something underneath you. Yeah,
it was. It's at some point you gotta be like, this is ridiculous. What are we doing? I'm hanging the guy by his ankles in the name of love. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
This guy got out of hand quick.
He also implemented this thing where if you tried to escape, he would just so hot box, hang you by your feet, or he would drug you to the point where you were just a vegetable. He would just
permanently or temporarily.
So some people didn't recover. A few would just remain brain dead. Essentially, he would. I forgot what drugs, or I didn't see what drugs he would give you, but the ones that make you stupid. I guess he was giving them fentanyl or whatever. He was
damn, this guy was a dick.
So there were reports. So some people were able to defect just throughout. So they were down there for like a year, almost a year. Some people were able to defect, and there were groups. There was a group. I forgot the name, but there was a group in America that was a coalition that was like designed to go get people back from out of his temple because they weren't allowed to leave. People would leave and they'd be like, yeah, we're not allowed to leave. Like he's holding us captive or whatever, or prisoner. So people back in the States would be like, okay, we're like they banded together. You know what I'm saying? And they created like a coalition to go down there and get all the family members to get them back out. So there's this congressman, Leo Ryan. This is I don't know, famous congressman in this story. He catches wind of all this. Leo Ryan, just to go into him. He was a congressman from California. Back in 1965, during the riots, he became a teacher in Watts, and started documenting like the quality of life for the local people in the area to figure out why it was so impoverished and so disillusioned or whatever. In 1970, he launched an investigation into the California prison system to figure out, if there was a high human quality of life, or whatever. Like he's a socialist kind of guy. That's the wrong word, but I'm saying he's like an activist kind of guy. He's trying to likes to do right by people. He went up to Newfoundland in Canada. I think that's where that is. He went out there to research like how they would like club seals, when they beat the shit out of baby seal. And he went out there back in like the 70s to see if there was ways to avoid that, like if there were alternatives to beating baby seals. Like
what were they getting out? What were they getting from the seals?
The blubber, or whatever. Or the I don't know. Also, just it's good therapy.
Yeah, I know. What do you mean alternative? Like, dude, can we just not beat these guys up? What are we getting from it?
You just pissed off.
Clubbing them? That would be nice to club a seal.
Would you rather club a seal or don't club your wife? It makes more sense.
That's a good point. Hey, same thing. Fat bitch. Not my girlfriend, by the way. It was a just general reference to
that's
wives.
a classic bit.
That's a classic bit.
So Leo Ryan, also another fun fact about him. So remember those two people I mentioned that were killed who tried to defect?
Yeah.
The man, Bob Houston, Leo Ryan is friends with his father. They go to like the same church back in the States. And he heard about Bob Houston's death, and he finds out that it's connected to this group. So Leo Ryan takes it upon himself. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna investigate and see what's going on with these people. Jim Jones catches word of this, and he's pretty much he's telling his people like, yeah, this is the moment. They're coming. Leo Ryan goes down. He sees the condition of the camp. He sees the condition of the people and everything. And some of them even say to him like, hey, we want to come with you, like please send a plane back for us, whatever, so we can get out of here. And he's like, all right, I get whatever. I see what's going on. I'll be back. That's the plan. So it's him. It's like a group of 5 of them. It's him, like a camera crew, a couple other people. They leave the camp and they head back to the airstrip to fly back to the States, so they can send the plane down to get all the shit cleaned up. While they're doing that, there's a famous tape. It's the Jonestown tape on YouTube if you want to look it up. It's like 45 minutes long, and it's the tape of them dying. And them. So in this tape, Jim Jones, I listened to it. In this tape, Jim Jones is like, "This is the moment I was telling you guys about. They came here, and now they want to destroy us. They're gonna torture us. They're gonna kill us. We have to kill ourselves. This is the only way out of this." And the people in we hear them they're like agreeing with them. Preach. Oh yes, brother, preach. Like they're all on board with it. And he's like, if anyone has anything to say, please say it now. Otherwise, prepare yourselves to for us to take the next step, so we can leave this place. And this lady speaks up. I think her name is Denise. I looked it up, or Christine, something like that. But she speaks up and she's like, "This is crazy. We should not, like, what are we doing? This is insane. Like we have no proof that they're gonna torture us. Or, like, you're saying that, but no one else is saying that. Like this is wild. We should we have kids here. Why should the kids have to die? This is foolish." And because so Jim Jones was saying, like, yeah, like right now, what's gonna happen on that plane? They're gonna take off, and one of the guys on that plane is gonna shoot the pilot in the head, and the plane will crash, and then they're gonna come in here and they're gonna torture us, and they're gonna rape us, and they're gonna eat your children, and all this crazy. They're gonna Mike Tyson this village, essentially. And she's like, yeah, this is wrong. And you can hear people in the tape are like, shut up, you dumb. Like they're like they're so on board. Like, shut up, you bitch. Like, let the man speak. And she's like, for like 5 minutes, she's going back and forth with him. Like, yeah, like the kids should live. Like, this is dumb. Like, let's go to Russia. Like you said, Russia. Let's go to Russia. We should go to Russia. And he's like that's not in the cards anymore. Russia is not an option. And as it goes on, you can hear him getting annoyed, like with her, like he like wants to tell her to shut up, but he has to keep the facade going. So she's like, we could go to Russia. He's like, and how are we gonna get to Russia? How are we gonna make that happen? They won't let us do it. Okay, call Russia up. Call up Russia right now. You can't do it. I'm telling you can't do it, and I'm a prophet, okay?
Oh,
It was.
God.
I was like, this is insane. He's in the tape. He was like, I've never lied to you guys. I've always like served you guys. I've always tried to protect you guys. I am your God. I'm here to lead you. And it's like, and they start applauding him, and they start whatever. And in the tape, I guess I obviously you can't see it, but they pass out whatever the cups, and people they take their drinks or whatever. And like 20 minutes in, you can start hearing like the kids start crying and screaming because it's painful. They're drinking cyanide. And you could tell I think some of the adults are like, oh, like I think they thought it was a drill, and then this is where they realized, oh, this wasn't a drill.
Yeah.
You could like hear panic, and they're like, what the like, and the whole time Jim is like, everyone calm down. Stop, bitch. Like he's like, be chill, and then he starts getting mad.
Oh, shit.
He's like, stop complaining. If you don't make any noise, it won't hurt. Like he's just and meanwhile, while this is all going down, Jim had sent out a posse of guards to go to the airstrip to intercept Leo Ryan, the congressman, and his group. And they were, upon getting to the airstrip, they were shot. Leo Ryan was killed. I think 4 others were also killed. There was like 2 survivors from the shootout.
Oh shit.
They ran into the bush, into the jungle of the whatever surrounding area to get away. Jim Jones, when they come back, and to survive, so not everyone died, and also from the poison. I think about like 880 of them or 890 of them died from the poison.
Okay.
When they found the bodies, they found like injection marks on their wrists to say that some of them had been like injected with the poison instead. Some of them had taken something else. Jim Jones had shot himself in the head. Although there's conspiracy that maybe his nurse, because at this point he was sick. He was an older dude. He was in bad health, and it was theorized that his nurse might have shot him in the head as like a fuck you or as a mercy killing kind of thing. But he himself didn't actually die from the poison. But yeah, Leo Ryan was killed. News got back to the States about, that Georgetown got wind of all this. The local city sent news back to the States. States comes down and they clear it up. They had the survivors. They had them go back to the campsite and identify all the bodies of the people, and that's how we know who was there. But yeah, that was that's Jonestown.
Damn. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get how many times a man can convince you to drink poison and you still do it.
And to watch your kids do it too.
Yeah. That's
or I mean, I guess to help them with it because they're too small to do it themselves.
Yeah. Hey,
because some of them were like 2 years old, so they're just.
That's insane. Yeah, I don't.
For him, do you think there was a moment where he was like, "Oh my God, they're actually like"?
That when you do, that's got to be such a power trip. When you're like, "Hey guys, drink this poison," they're fucking all right, dude. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
I got some power.
There must be a part of him where he's like, I might be God, actually.
Yeah,
I might actually really be God.
Dude, that power could get to your head. Imagine if you had like 900 people who you could be like, "Yo, drink this poison." They'd be like, "All right."
When we get people to come out the shoebox, I'm like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, that is power. We should try that at the next shoebox show. But yo, we got you.
Everyone take a sip.
Take a sip. We're all gonna die for comedy. The ultimate bit.
Also, yeah, how much do you believe in something to be like? Just it's insane that the first time he suggested that, people weren't like, "All right, we're out of here." But to be like, "All right, they're coming. We got to kill ourselves.
You got to do it. Dude.
We got to mass murder ourselves."
And to do it like 6 times. You know what I mean? You keep convincing them to kill themselves, and every time they do it, it's got like,
after the 3rd time, they must have been like, "Yo, fucking kill us already!" Like,
yeah, do it, pussy.
Either shit or get off the pot. I'm tired of this. I want to.
There's one guy who just like depressed and wanted it to end. He's like, finally, sweet release, and every time he's like, "God damn it!"
All
again, another fake out.
I guess in broad picture, they died in a tropical country, in a tropical field, whatever.
That's nice.
Surrounded by loved ones.
Yeah. That would kind of be a nice way to go out with your friend. If all your friends are going out,
Yeah, because there's no FOMO. There's no fear of missing out.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, he's dying too. There's no.
Yeah, it would suck to die like knowing you're missing something.
Yeah,
You know what I
all
mean?
you guys who are dying right now. That
Yes, you're missing out on a lot, dude. There were no Marvel movies back then. You wouldn't die being like, dude, fuck, what's gonna happen in the
I felt like a
Black
bit.
Panther?
That was when I felt like the biggest bitch in life. This was the moment where I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I had that thought. Where at one, I was like, I don't want to die before the end of Game of Thrones.
Oh, I still haven't finished Game of Thrones, dude.
You don't need to. I mean, actually, yeah, it's a good show. It's fine.
I stopped watching it once that guy got his skull crushed.
Oh yeah, you couldn't handle the blood because you're
Yeah.
a bitch.
No, dude, it was just like they keep getting you attached to characters. I'm like, yeah, this guy rocks. And they're like, just kidding. This person's dead. This person's dead. This person. I'm like, dude, fucking let me.
It's called good writing.
I don't like it.
It's suspenseful. Keeps you on your toes.
That guy was just smashing. Dude, he was getting butt. Getting boy butt and girl butt. He didn't care. And the next thing you know, his skull's smashed. That shows the fragility of life, dude. One day you could be just getting butt from everyone in town, and the next second, your head's a smushed watermelon.
That's the original watch people die. That's the original subreddit of just like violence.
I don't like those subreddits, dude. You do. You have mental issues.
I
You're
stopped
mentally ill.
I stopped watching those.
Good. You should have never started.
Well, I don't know about that. You know, just see a couple videos. You know, you ponder. It's nice.
How about that, Kobe?
He's not impressed.
Yeah, Kobe ripped some mean farts, dude. And he's sleepy.
I'm gonna tell Jeff you farted into his mic.
Fuck. Do you bring these back to him all the time?
Now I'm gonna have to. Like, you just contaminated it.
Do these mics stay here at all times?
Are you gonna rob me? What the hell? What are you asking me?
No, I'm wondering if because you say they're Jeff's. Like after every time we use them, do you bring them back to his place?
No, but they're still his.
Okay, but
You,
like,
you know how ownership works.
yeah, I'm wondering if you're like renting them by like every time you go. Like, all right, I need the mics again.
We don't have to discuss this on the podcast. You fucking idiot.
I don't know, dude.
That's logistics that these fans don't need to hear.
Yeah, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get the fucking mic rental situation.
You guys don't know how to rent equipment. You guys don't know about share grid, fucking idiots. But yeah, that was
Oh, yeah, it does have his name on it.
that's the
Jeff.
story of Jonestown.
More like, fuck, I got nothing.
Do you get why it's called Jonestown?
Because Jim Jones, it was his town.
I didn't think you were that clever. Yeah.
Got him, dude. Jim Jones, the rapper.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned the details, the intricacies of Jonestown. I was embarrassed to ask this the whole time. Jim Jones was white, right?
He was a brother. He's black.
He was black.
Actually, I don't know. You look at him and he
Is he one of those you can't tell?
he's like a prism of light. You know, where it's like depending on how you look at it, it's a different shade.
Oh, it's like he's like the gold dress or the blue dress.
He was very pro-black. I'll say that. Also, for those of you who think black folks can't get involved in the cults, check this place out.
He's white.
I don't think he's white.
He looks white to me.
He said nigga
Oh,
a
wait.
bunch.
The fuck? Yeah. Yeah. No, he looks white to me. Jimmy was an American preacher. Yeah.
I think he's black. This is thorough
there's
research.
Nothing about his race. I don't know. He's white. Like if I saw him, I'd be like, white guy. I'm going with white.
If you saw him, we'd be like,
Do you know what was really weird the other day?
leader.
I saw this African American woman at a mic. This is black comic lady, but she had like, it was very weird. She had like all of her features were white, and it just looked like she was a white woman in blackface.
I've seen people like that before.
It was very strange to me. I was like, "Fuck!" It like she looked like. Do you know Dee in Always Sunny in Philadelphia
When she does blackface?
Yeah, that's what she looked like.
I've seen people like that before where it trips me. That's big in England. That was a big in England because a lot of those girls they beat the makeup on so hard. They're they change colors.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't know if this is a black girl who
Yeah.
this looks white, or this is a white bitch who is cosplaying.
Yeah, it made me realize how many how different the features are of different races. It's not just skin color. Like if we all have different features too. And if you have if you have very white features, it looks racist if you're that dark. Like I at first I saw her and I was like, there's no way she's doing this at a mic. She thinks this is not funny. You can't do this. And then I realized, I'm like, oh wait, no, never mind. You're good.
I just saw her like, whoa, shit, this is for fourth wall, this is too much.
Yeah, it was at fourth wall. That's why I was like, whoa, you're crazy. You can't do that shit. Oh. Well, yeah, dude, that's the show.
That's the show.
Us. Check me out, Logan J. Quiroz, Instagram.
Relax and laugh on Instagram.
Oh, and on TikTok.
It's Almost History Podcast on everything, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Almost History Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Check out my other podcasts, American Senpai, that's my anime podcast, and Sets and Reps, that's my fitness podcast. I'm getting too many podcasts, dude.
You're the podcast king.
I'm the king of podcasts.
You're the Brennan Schaub of the LA comedy community.
Dude, I'm call me Schaub Jr.
You're about as funny as him, so I could, yeah. I told you, you'll break your bones if you try to fight me. I have adamantium in my bones.
We're done.
All right, y'all. Bye.